Welcome to 3 Minute Thoughts. So recently saw Cowboy Bebop, the live action version, and I liked it. And I had an idea for a what was the plan type of video in which I talk about the near the end, the betrayals and the backstabbings and all that mess and how it didn't make much sense. But I finally realized that if you have a version where the main villain just didn't care that he was betraying people, then yeah, there's an excuse for how it turned out. So instead of doing that video, I'm going to talk about a trope that I totally dislike, and that is if you destroy or kill or whatever the head of an organization, you become the head of the organization. I don't get how that works, and to see it, I think the worst offender of this is Chronicles of Riddick, in which this whole evil army is about to invade the whole galaxy, and Riddick kills the general, and therefore he now becomes the general, even though he's not even a member of this race. It makes no sense, because individual fighting prowess, yes, great, you're a great fighter. It doesn't relate at all to leadership ability or bureaucracy ability. Specifically, like in this example with slow us back up for a stack, and that is, they talk about when you're writing, you want to write about stuff you know. Now, from personal experience, when my father passed away, it was very difficult to find out, even though he had everything organized, it was very difficult to find out like all his ledgers and figure out all his estate. And it took several months to process this all. So I look at these situations where you have a character somehow kills off the leader of an organization and becomes leader. How does the organization still function? Especially, again, like in the example of Cowboy Bebop, there's these three very secret, no one knows who they are, leaders, and he manages to kill them and he becomes the main leader. Well, any information they have, they're secret. They're not going to be writing down, they're not going to have ledgers of information that he can go over to find out where their assets are, where their organizations are. So how does he now manage the organization? The organization will fall apart because there's a giant gap of information that's just been lost. And how does the organization rise from that situation? It just seems it's a very bad trope. I kind of get why writers do this, because it feels like an alpha male. I hate alpha male term. It's a whole other. I've argued about that before, but it feels like they're going for that kind of mindset because somehow you're powerful at one thing or one thing, you're good at everything. Hey, Mary Sue. There we go. Let's start calling the villains that if somehow they can take over an organization by killing the leaders. I know, this is a ramble, but that's where my thoughts are at. Have a good one.